We are starting our bulletin with big probe update in the Kurnool bus fire tragedy that lost 19 lives. The bike that the bus rammed into was seen at the fuel station. That's what we are learning just minutes before the accident. On your screen, the CCTV footage, you can see the bikers, the bike rider on the CCTV footage on your screen have been identified as Shiv Shankar. He, along with another youngsters, was at the fuel station, which is around 3 kilometers away from the accident spot. Now, they were there to fill petrol, is what we are learning on the bike, just minutes before the accident. I'm being joined by my colleague Somit on the broadcast here. Somit, crucial details are emerging in the case. We are now learning that these bikers were allegedly drunk just few minutes after just few minutes before the incident. They were at the petrol station. They took petrol and they then abandoned the bike. Take us to the crucial details, and why did they abandon the bike there in the middle of the highway?
See, that is what police are trying to ascertain, and actually what happened is this incident happened around 2:45 to 3 a.m. in between, and around 3:15 police reached the spot, rural police reached the spot. Fire accident took place there, and the entire bus got in fire. So basically what exactly happened is, this bike was clearly seen at a petrol bunk. This is BPCL petrol bunk around 3 kilometers away from the exact accident spot. So there is this petrol bunk, and Shiv Shankar and also one more youngster was seen on their Pulsar bike. They reached there at a fuel station and to fuel, to mainly to fill the petrol in their vehicle. And later, after that, even he was seen not driving the vehicle properly, so not driving two-wheeler properly, and it is suspected that he was under the influence of alcohol. And after that, he left from that spot. So that is, like I said, around 3 kilometers away from the accident spot. And the biker left from that spot, and he reached to the accident spot. And around 13 minutes after, he filled the petrol from the petrol station, and to that accident spot, bus reached there around after 13 minutes after he filled the petrol. So after that, the bus struck this two-wheeler and later dragged it for around hundreds of meters, around 300 to 500 of meters. And after that, due to the sparks, the fire broke out and entire bus got in fire, not, in span of minutes. So right. After 15 minutes, after receiving the information, fire officials and rural police reached there, and they saw that entire bus got in fire till then, and it took for a couple of hours for them to douse the fire. And this biker was missing, and now police searching for this biker Shiv Shankar, where he exactly went, why he abandoned the vehicle, whether he met with another accident or not, whether some other vehicle struck this two-wheeler, and then later biker was shifted to hospital or not. His whereabouts are not found. Why the vehicle was abandoned there? Why the bus, has to struck this vehicle? Why bus driver didn't see the two-wheeler there, lying on the road? What is the exact reason? All these, angles are being investigated by the police. And on the other hand, even high-level committee will also be overseeing the investigation right. from today.
Somit, the clincher footage which we have access and we are playing it on air for our viewers, it shows the moments just before the tragedy. As you were mentioning, the investigation is underway. But not to forget that we were also disclosing to our viewers that there were a lot of problems with the bus as well. For example, the gates were jammed. The driver of the bus also fled the scene. Basically, the driver of the bus also fled from the scene, and now you have this CCTV footage which is showing the bikers. They were allegedly drunk, and they got petrol from a petrol pump which is just 3 kilometers away from the accident site, and for some reason they just abandoned the bike and they fled from the scene. Somit, if you can hear me?
Well, that's true. See, they abandoned the vehicle. What exactly the reason? Whether they might have met with some accident, whether, they ran out of some petrol, or whether what is the exact reason. There was also, see, the the closure of the petrol, the petrol tank was also not seen. So it was not closed properly, or whether there was any problem with that, or what exactly happened. All these angles are being now investigated, because initially everyone thought that the bus collided with the two-wheeler, and then later fire broke out, and the people traveling on the two-wheeler also received injuries, all succumbed in the accident, and then later for dragging it for around 300 to 500 meters, because any bus trucking a two-wheeler that is also on the national highway and dragging it for 300 to 500 meters, no one will expect that the people who are traveling on that two-wheeler will survive. However, later, now it has these details have emerged that this two-wheeler on which Shankar has been identified, the main person who's driving has been identified as Shankar, and the other youngster was also seen along with him, and he was not seen driving the two-wheeler properly, and that is the reason there are suspicions that he has been driving his two-wheeler under influence of alcohol. And later, just 13 minutes after that, after he filled the petrol at this petrol bunk, which is 3 kilometers away, this accident happened, and bus reached that Chinnatekuru village, and there this accident happened. However, now police are investigating into all angles, and once the investigation concludes, we can put out details once we get the details from the police department.
Right, now only investigation will tell us what's the exact cause of that horrific incident. But viewers, crucial details are emerging in the case. Now we are learning that the bikers were allegedly drunk. They got petrol from a petrol pump which is 3 kilometers away from the accident site, and then they abandoned the bike there. We'll continue to track the story. For now, Soumit, thank you so much